Oi, oi, guys. It's Monday. Fountain's working. Don't know if you can see it. But, oh, there it is. Blimey, I was well out, wasn't I? Over there. But there, the old fountain's back working. Oi, oi. I do like one of the old fountains. It's been out for a while. Get a load of bloody lightning around here, and I think the old lightning might have taken it out. And I ain't got my microphones either, so I hope you can, like, I hope your old shell lights can hear all right. Because I know it's a little bit windy out here. We got the old, we got some of the old dark clouds around, threatening to give us a bit of a tune with the old thunderstorm. But we've already had a whole bunch of rain. But it's amazing how you look at some of these clouds, and you're like, blimey, they look like they're just painted in the sky. You know, it's funny how when you do a drawing or you do some artwork, when it comes to the sky, and we're meticulously like trying to make the clouds a certain, like, puffy and white, and you know, because it's kind of what we're dictated to when your kids at school and that, right? It's like, oh, puffy white clouds, and you try, you know what, they're not, right? Yes, they are sometimes, but you know, if you look at clouds, it's amazing, and it's water, or water, I should say, because I say water so that people understand me. Anyway, I was just indoors, and I thought, you know what, I want to go out and stretch the old legs a little bit, because it's quite easy to get trapped in that comfort, right? And because I was saying to myself, oh, do I really? And I thought, no. And then I thought, you know what? Bang a video. That gets me out the door. That usually works, which it did. And I had this thought in my mind of to share. And you know, it goes towards dads with daughters mainly, but it goes towards anybody. And I can only speak for myself, of course. I've always brought up my two daughters, and I've always said, don't rely on any man. Don't rely on any man, I keep saying. Don't rely on him. Still say it. Don't rely on any fella. That is what I really say. Don't rely on any fella. Because, you know, there's that piece of, you know, when things do or can go wrong. I'm not saying they do or will or anything like that, but, you know, even down to maybe an argument, even, you know, and you know, you kind of both go quiet a little bit, and it's that thought of the reliance and stuff, of what you rely on and that. And of course I know it goes both ways. I mean, there is, believe you me, there is a lot that I rely on with my wife, don't get me wrong, absolutely. I also know she's absolutely one heck of a solid person, and we've both been through, you know, we've both been through relationships where then when we found each other, it was very like, yeah, still took it cautious, of course, in the beginning, but I mean, no, I trust my wife absolutely 100%. She knows all my passwords, she knows my phone, she knows how to get into everything. There's even times when I've looked at my wife and said, what's my password? Because I can't remember it. So, she knows everything. I don't have to hide anything. There's 100% trust. We're both, you know, I don't need to know. I don't need to know her passwords. I know how to get into her phone. I know that, but I never do. I'm even very, very respectful with my girls too, of when I will say, I don't know, say I'm saying like, oh, where's the keys? I don't know what I'm walking back for. I want to walk to mind you, it's a bit wet. Like, where's the keys? And they'll say, it's in my bag, Dad, or Steve, or whatever. And I'll grab the bag and take it to them. I've got no right going inside that. You know, there's privacy. There's certain privacy and boundaries that they don't seem to mind, but I like to upkeep because it's a privacy thing. It's something, you know, don't have everything like taken away from you. Meaning, you know, even my wife and I, we share everything, but there's those things that's mine. And like my podcasting equipment, stuff like that. That stuff, my wife has even said, I don't know anything about it. And then she said to me, you know, I'm really, really proud of you for doing what you've done, because she knows I didn't know one file from another. File? What's file? What's that mean? It's what you do your nails with, isn't it? So yeah, and it's important to have those, you know, certain things that are yours. My wife and I do. We've been married 30 years at the end of this year. So you know, I think we're pretty damn solid. Even though you hear about them, don't you? Right? But it ain't gonna happen. So I was gonna walk over here. Have a little walk over here. I think it's too wet though. Oh no, it's not too bad. Blimey, the old sun didn't. Not sun. Rain. Rain don't wet the ground, does it? Sun dries it up. So anyway, so I've seen, you know, I've seen things happen. You know, I've got my guys, and I work with all my guys and that as well. And I recently said to one of my clients last week, you know, don't rely on anybody. Don't rely on anybody. And you know, there's obviously, again, there's certain things, but when you get to that point where you're like, you know, you might be feeling trapped, or someone could be holding something over you. There could be any kind of number of different things. Don't rely on people, right? Rely on yourself. When you can rely on yourself, now I'm realising I forgot, and I meant to get it. Oh, I ain't got my marler on, jeez. When you rely on yourself and you get yourself forward, and you don't rely on anybody to get you there. One, imagine how you feel, and if you've done it, you know how you feel. Especially if you've got mental health issues, I know you've probably done it, because it's those feelings you get when you know you've got yourself through something, right? You may have those people that support you and love you and care about you, etc. But when you put yourself through something, breaking a barrier, going through a fear, and I do mean fears, and it doesn't matter what you hear the fear is. I was definitely afraid of the phone. Definitely afraid of the phone. That phone would ring, I'd break out in a sweat. Someone else would look at that and go, what are you fearing that for? Didn't know. I do kind of now, but I didn't. But it's still a fear, so don't deny someone else's fear, because if they're saying they fear a certain thing, I knew someone, I had a girlfriend back in London, didn't like birds, right? Had a phobia thing. There's something crawling on my leg. Yes, it is. That's it. I don't want to kill it, but had a phobia around them, you know. But that moment when you get yourself through something, that feeling that you get, that's you accomplishing you, completely you. That is you doing the work and moving yourself forward and getting yourself through something that only, what the heck, this feels like a spider's web that I'm holding on to, so I'm going to leave that area, because I literally have just grabbed hold of it felt like and there I am going, there's something on my leg. I literally grabbed hold of something like it was a fishing line, and I'm like, that's a fucking spider's web line, and it was quite thick. Let's have a quick check. I don't think so. But that feeling you get, you know, like I just did, I got myself through that. Right? Look at me. It's like, oh, I did that. Anyway, but it's getting yourself, when you get yourself through that something, whatever it may be, whatever that fear is, that feeling you get is like second to none, because you got yourself through. And it's the same with, you know, when you're out there living on your own. You know, I'm going to say to the younger generation of people as well, get yourself to where you can handle your own shit. Yeah? Because do it in the steps. You may be not jumping forward like you see other people doing. Don't worry about it. As long as you keep moving towards where you want to go, where your goal is at, Get yourself there. Get yourself there. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about other people, because if you jump the stages that maybe you are meant to be looking at in that journey, which everybody's journey is different. Your journey ain't the same as those people that are in front of you or gone ahead of you a little bit, right? Who's to say that as you're coming along, they end up just stalling out or they don't go any further? You don't know, right? So don't look up and go, look up, but look at it as something to move towards. Don't get jealous over it, or be worried that you ain't there or anything like that, because this is what this is about: doing it yourself and not relying on anybody. And like I say to my girls, not relying on any fella. Right? I know that if my girls get themselves, yes, we're helping right now, of course we are, in college, and they're doing their thing, and that's what we have kids for. We don't have kids to freaking slap them about and shit like that. And it's a shame there's a lot of kids out there that are going through that. And to those kids, please stretch out a hand to somebody and get some help. Go and tell somebody if you're getting, if you're in a situation that's it's just absolutely brutal, then talk to somebody about it. And I don't mean just anybody, get someone that's in the field that can help you out with your mind and that. And if you're too young, go and see. If it is your parents that's the problem, yeah. But even then, you can ask them, see a therapist and help to help your head, and then you've got someone to talk to, yeah. But don't, yeah. So the reliance. When we're relying on a certain thing, or if you're relying on a certain thing, learn it as well. There's another thing to think about. Learn it like they do. It's just like if you've got a business going. My daughter wants to be a chiropractor. My oldest daughter wants to be a chiropractor, and I just started up with a chiropractor, Orlando Spine Studio. Big shout out to them down there on 50 near Rouse. Brilliant people, absolutely awesome guy. He comes from Portsmouth in England, and the people that he's got around him, the team, are absolutely just beautiful people. Really, really nice place. Really nice. Look it up. Orlando Spine Studio. Great place. Tell them the old Cockney Buddha sent you. Steve, guy from London. They'll know. But anyway, she wants to be a chiropractor, and my chiropractor's office that he's got set up is really nice. There's massage therapists, and he's got I'm looking down because I don't want to step on the carpenter ants. I dodge everything, and they're like living up in the trees and stuff, and I don't want to kill them. So he's got it set up pretty sweet. So I was like saying to her, I'm like, yeah, listen, yeah, get all your. I was like, I'm going to take her down there actually, because he said bring her down and he'll help her out a little bit. So. But everything, if you hire a massage therapist, learn the massage therapy. If you hire a radiologist, learn it, right? Learn it. And then what happens is they start having to be there as you start growing and getting bigger. And then if they go down, or they're not there one day, you're running around going, who knows how to do this and who knows how to do that. If you know, even if you have to hire somebody else, you know what the person that isn't doing that right now knows, so to speak, as far as, even if you don't know it fully, it's a good idea. It's a good idea to have a little bit of knowledge around it, right? It's like when I went through catering college. When I went through catering college, you pretty much learn everything. And then I went into pastry for a little bit, even though I didn't want to be a pastry chef, but I went into pastry because it was like, get everything tucked under your belt. So I did a year of patisserie as well. And it was, even though I don't know patisserie like a pastry chef, I'm not even gonna try it, right? Because it wasn't for me. I like the other side of the kitchen. But it was good to know some of those basics, because I'm telling you, sometimes that kind of crept into, like, the reasons why, the science behind doing things kind of creeps over into the kitchen as well. and you know, it could become a bit of a godsend. Or I've been thrown into pastry, and it's good to have just a little bit of a knowledge, just a little bit of a nothing major. I'm not, like I said, not pastry chef, but you know, if I jump in there and someone says, "Hey, can you make up you know, whatever," right? Chantel, say, chantilly cream. I'll be, yeah, I know this, you know, and that is nothing major, by the way. It's a sweetened cream with vanilla, and then it depends on whether you're doing vanilla pods and things like that, and then you've got to do with vanilla pods, right? So comes in very handy. Comes in very handy. So think about that. Reliance, right? Think about it. And like I say, it's not. It doesn't mean you cutting yourself off from society completely and having to know every single thing. We all rely on people. Of course we do. We all rely on people. Don't take it absolutely literal. And hopefully you've watched this far to hear that. Hopefully. So don't take it absolutely literal, but you think about it, right? Think about what I've said, and you know, start incorporating it into your day-to-day in your life and that. It's always good to know your different, or know somebody very, very well that you can trust that may even know something about something, right? You know, we all know the people that know the people, right? And if you can like have something, you're like, shit, I know someone that knows about that, boom, and you can get, you know, like bend their luggo, right, their ear, get on their ear and ask them and that. Hey, people come in and help you in that, but they're people that you know and rely on, and you know you can rely on them as far as honesty and trust and one thing or the other. So, you know, think about it. Hope everybody's good, starting their week off right. Hope you're doing all right. Hey man, what's up, man? Hope you're starting out your week all right, and pushing that love out there, smiling at people. So, you know, when you smile at someone, makes your day too. Remember that. And get out there and subscribe, please, if you would. It's always funny when you ask and then people drop off. Don't know why. Really strange, because it's not like I'm asking you to like put your hand in your pocket and give me a tenner. Right? I'm not saying, hey, put your hand in your pocket, give me a tenner, please. Yeah, I'll be like, what? And I'd knock off on, oh, I'm asking you to just go and hit that subscribe button for a reason. That reason being that this message can start meeting other people that will absolutely want to hear what's being said. I just reached just over me 500 mark on videos, including the shorts. So go and check the videos out. And I've got a podcast out there too, Getting Real with Cockney Buddha. Getting, Gettin. It actually uploads onto YouTube too. But I have a host that I go through, so it's across all the platforms as well. So go and check that out, because, you know, bang it on in your car. They're not long. Bang it on in your car. There's different subjects out there. But it's down to you guys to help me get out there and push the message and, you know, get it out to the people that really need it. Even if you're not really like, doesn't really talk to me. Don't unsubscribe. Keep the subscribe button going and pass me on to someone else, please. Because it gets it out there to the people, and the people that really can do with hearing this. So much love to everybody. Thank you to those that keep turning up and helping me out. I had an absolute blast on my live on Sunday. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. And keep the week in the PMA, PPA. Stay that course, guys. Namaste.